A new image of pregnant Meghan Markle has shown a Netflix documentary of Prince Harry was being filmed for months. Meghan was filmed with a baby bump, thought to be Lilibet, at home walking over to a table where her husband is sat. Harry's unable to pretend to be sad, so they have to keep making him hide his face. Harry leans his head into his hands as she puts a Macbook down and a voiceover says, "It's about hatred, it's about race." It's unclear when filming for the documentary ended. Lilibet was born in June last year, meaning it was likely ongoing for several months at least. Prince Harry and Meghan's first and only other child, Archie, was born in May 2019, when the couple were still working members of the royal family. It was also 16 months before they signed their deal with streaming giant Netflix in September 2020, so it's likely that Markle is pregnant with 1-year-old Lilibet in the clip. But eagle-eyed viewers noticed Meghan wore a Moonbump in the picture. One person wrote, "If she is pregnant, the strap you see could be a belly brace, which goes around the lower abdomen and velcros in front and makes a sling. Really common in us older mums who have less elasticity for a bounce back. Is she pregnant here? Just don't know, you can't trust her." Another said, "Probably a moon bump. I'm also wondering if your screen brightness is all the way up. The indentations, creases, pressure points from undergarments are in the same spots as they would be with a moon bump. Just to be sure I wasn't confusing belly straps and maternity undergarments with something different, I did a little look-see through other photos of pregnant women, including my own, but was much fatter than Meghan." Meanwhile, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry are facing calls to lose their royal titles, following the release of their bombshell Netflix trailer. Commentator Niall Gardner, a former aide to Margaret Thatcher, accused the Sussexes of actively campaigning to undermine the royal family. Mr. Gardner called for the couple to lose their royal titles as soon as possible. Mr. Gardner said, "Meghan and Harry have abused their royal status for their own self-promotion and financial gain, and have actively campaigned to undermine the British monarchy. They should be stripped of their royal titles as soon as possible." It comes after respected biographer Tom Bower urged King Charles to show leadership by stripping the couple of their royal titles, as he warned of the damage by the Netflix series and Harry's forthcoming book. Mr. Bower told GB News, "I fear that the Netflix documentary and then obviously the book are going to cause even more damage. It needs leadership. It needs leadership from King Charles, because at some stage they're going to have to draw a line and say the Sussexes have really gone too far in their bid for fame and fortune at the expense of the royal family." I think the first step, which I think would be very popular, would be to take away the Sussexes' titles. Of course Harry is born of prince and will remain a prince. I think the next thing is for Charles to announce that the royal family has no relationship whatsoever with the Sussexes, and they're no longer members of the royal family as far as he's concerned. Royal commentator Michael Cole also suggested Charles could go ahead with the move. He said, "I think it's entirely possible that the king will say enough is enough and remove the titles HRH from them, which he's perfectly entitled to do." Now this may seem also quite trivial, but that is big medicine in royal circles where things like this matter very deeply, and it would be a sign of disapproval. My goodness, one can't say that the royal family hasn't been provoked.